Hey guys, I'm here to tell you about biomedical waste. First of all, what is biomedical waste? Anything that is produced in laboratories or during the production of biologicals is termed as biomedical waste. It is also produced during the treatment or diagnosis of human beings or animals. So, why is it important to dispose of biomedical waste? You see, biomedical waste constitutes to about 20% of the total waste. But when it is not segregated and disposed of properly, then it will contaminate the other waste, and then 100% of the waste will be contaminated. You see, if this waste is not segregated or disposed of properly, then diseases like AIDS and hepatitis B will be rampant in the society. Let's check it out how waste is disposed of. Good morning, I'm Aditya Kiratkar. I'll be asking some questions about medical waste and its disposal. We are making a documentary on this topic, and our major aim is to sensitize people because this is a rising issue and this is unheard of by most of the people. So we need your guidance on this topic. So please introduce yourself.
Hi, good morning. Myself Dr. Rajkumar Kiratkar. I am practicing pediatrician and neonatologist in Nagpur city, and it's very nice to hear that you guys from the class 10 having this knowledge of biomedical waste or waste is hazardous to the society. It's great. I will be very much thankful to give my interview.
Thank you, sir. Your interview, ma'am, your introduction.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Dr. Deepthi Kiratkar. I'm a consultant gynecologist and an obstetrician.
So, my question is, what is biomedical waste and how do you dispose it of?
Yeah, biomedical waste is anything which is used on an individual in hospital setting or in research laboratory or in a pathological laboratory, right? So that means the remnants of all this use is biomedical waste. And while disposing of the biomedical waste, you should be extremely careful so that it should not do harm to the other individual or to the society or the people who are collecting that and disposing of that.
Yeah.
There are certain norms which government have laid down. This some sort of waste which is infectious, another is non-infectious, another is hazardous. So they have categorized it in different categories. So most of the time what you are getting from the hospital is 85%, around 85% of the time it is a non-hazardous or non-infectious waste which is generated. 10% is infectious and around 3 to 5% is hazardous. So non-infectious means anything which is generated out of your daily routine, like
You might
waste,
say
yeah.
orange peels and vegetable waste.
Vegetable
and,
waste, their lunch, dinner,
Yeah.
acids, and all this. This is not infectious. Infectious is blood, urine, feces, and some sort of anatomical parts of the body after operations. All these are infectious waste. Non-hazardous means sharp objects or the objects or the person who is known infectious, having infectious disease like HIV, HBS, that is hepatitis B, viral infection. So these are all the waste generated out of the procedures on these individuals is highly hazardous and should be taken care in a very appropriate and proper manner so that other individuals which are indulging in this segregation part, they should not get infected from this.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask you, how do you dispose of the medical waste then? We know the general definition of medical waste that sir has told us, but I wanted to know how do you, as a medical people, like you are doctor, right? So how do you dispose it of in your hospital?
Yeah, good question. Because I own a nursing home and we deal with gynec patients who are pregnant, patients who undergo surgeries, and as well pediatric patients. So we get lots of biomedical waste in the form of when we perform any surgery. Those things which are used during surgeries get soiled with patient's blood, patient's urine, patient's feces, and all body fluids. Suppose if a patient is infected with HIV and we perform surgery on this patient, then we need to be extra careful while handling this patient for protection for ourselves as surgeons, as well protection of my other staff who is just looking after this patient after surgery, during surgery, before surgery, everything. And the waste which is collected from this patient's utility things, this waste is to be disposed of in a very meticulous way, because this waste should not infect any normal individual. The one who is taking care of this waste should not get infected. So, the precautions we take are, during surgery, we wear 2 pairs of gloves, we protect ourselves, we protect our head, we protect our eyes, we protect our nose and mouth, and the whole skin should be protected, because suppose we have any abrasions or cuts on our skin and infected blood gets spilled on our body, on that surface which has cuts on the skin, then we can get infected with that infected HIV blood. Or similarly, hepatitis B. These are the diseases which play very important role in a hospital setup, because these are highly infectious diseases. So we have to be very careful. For our protection with gloves and apron and footwear, these are the things we use for our protection. For our staff's protection, equally the staff who is assisting in the surgery also is protected in a similar manner, and then subsequently the one who takes care of the spillage in the OT and the biomedical waste which is generated, they also need to wear gloves, because they shouldn't accidentally get pricked with any needle or a blade or any sharp object which is used for surgery for this patient. And
for that matter, to any patient.
yeah, and the placenta, if a patient is delivering a child, then the liquor, the fluid which is inside the uterus, is also to be handled meticulously, extremely carefully, because this is also infective, and the placenta of the mother is also infective. So this placenta is to be taken care of.
Yeah, but you told me about the precautions that you take during operations and during handling patients. But my question was, how do you dispose of medical waste?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so how do you dispose of medical waste? The cotton bandages or the betadine used bandages that you use while cleaning of wounds, that needs to be taken care of, right? So how do you do that? I mean, there must be a sort of thing.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, you have to segregate it, like the waste which is generated out of the vegetables and waste, all this all these things. That is segregated in a black colored polythene or container. Then this infectious material like purse, bandages, cottons, saline bottles, all these things should be collected in a red colored
There is a color coding system.
color coding
Okay.
system, like a bucket.
Yeah.
And sharp objects like needles, syringes, scalpel, blades, or everything that is collected in a blue color bin, dustbin. And the one which is highly infectious is collected in a yellow
Color.
dustbin. Yes, with a yellow color polythene. Okay.
Alright. So this is how waste is disposed of in hospitals. The black bin is for food waste, papers, and all the household materials. The red bin is for IV fluids, the saline bottles. The yellow one is for human body parts that are being left out in surgery, the cords and the placenta. And the blue one is used for disposing of surgical items. This is the chart. Zoom in here. As you can see, a very pictorial form of graphs are shown here. so that the staff can easily recognize and dispose of the waste in particular bins. Alright, so we'll have an attendant show us how IV fluids are disposed of. ये जो आपने ये जो IV फ्लूइड का जो बॉटल है, ये आपने इसको काटा, तो ये ऐसा क्यों किया आपने? अच्छा.
The color coding, why it is important? Because every time, whatever you are getting, like the attendant, nurses, IRS, they are not highly educated on all these things. They should not cross that. If the highly infectious material is put in another year to avoid these confusions, there is a color coding so that they can easily understand. Yellow is highly infectious, black is
Biodegradable.
Yeah, biodegradable waste, and blue is sharp objects, right? And red is cotton bandages and all these saline bottles. All these things should be collected in a red color bottle. So this is color coding system is highly efficacious and it works very well because everyone knows लाल कलर मतलब डेंजर है, येलो उससे भी ज्यादा डेंजर है, ब्लैक कलर इज फॉर दिस. सो we are teaching them in their own languages, right?
While injecting patients, suppose the patient is infected with HIV, so these needles need to be taken care of. So how do you dispose of these the scalpels or the infectious needles that you use while injecting patients? So you said that you use the color coding system, that's correct, but there must be you must follow a certain protocol while disposing of these things, and as you said, certain precautions should be taken and meticulously these syringes should be disposed of. So can you explain the system of in disposing of syringes?
Right. These syringes which are used shouldn't be reused.
Yeah.
Disposable syringes are made for single use. So any patient, whether it is infected with any infectious disease or non-infectious disease, syringes are to be used only once. Once this syringe is opened and used for the patient, it is to be destroyed. There are two reasons why we need to destroy this syringe and the needle, because it should not infect others as well. It should not be reused. We have to take that precaution also. In hospital setup, if the person who collects this waste and throws it anywhere, some rat picker can take it from the waste and can reuse, or it can wash and sell it, or anything. We have to stop that. So anything which is used in hospital should be destroyed properly, immediately and properly. For example, there is a machine to destroy the needle and the syringe. The needle is destroyed and the needle nozzle of the syringe is also destroyed. As I already told you, the used syringe is to be destroyed. The needle needs destruction, even the syringe needs destruction. That means this nozzle is to be cut so that it is not reused again. How we destroy the needle is put the needle here, take out the cap and insert this needle. This is the machine which is helped for destruction of needle and syringes. We put it here. As you can see, the sparkles which are coming out is for destruction of the needle, and the whole needle is burned. Can you see? There is no needle left here. Now, this is taken out, and this is the box which is used for collection of this destroyed needles and syringes. Already there is a syringe which is lying here, is destroyed. You can't see a nozzle. This nozzle is cut, and for cutting the nozzle we put it in this hole. And this is cut. These are the precautions to be taken for this before this used syringe is thrown away. We cut the nozzle, we destroy the needle, and this waste which is getting collected in this box is then finally thrown into the blue dustbin. Same way, similar manner, we also have to destroy the blades which are used for surgery. We just break it into 2 or multiple pieces and then throw it in blue colored dustbins.
Thank you, that's all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.